Welcome to Wedding Day Podcast with your host, Sonja Babich, CEO of Iron Diamond Media, a leading wedding resource featuring 7 localized wedding brands across the country.
Hi everybody, Sonja here with Wedding Day Podcast. We are here at the lovely Culinary Dropout here in Tempe, and my co-host today is Lara Burnap, my editorial director of Iron Diamond of all 7 brands, and we are sitting here actually with the team from Culinary Dropout. They are actually our hosts tonight for our Spring-Summer 2026 issue release party for Arizona Bride, and we're sitting here with Summer and Brea, and they are the event side and the marketing side for this restaurant. Not restaurant, venue, restaurant, but it is like, the food is phenomenal. Like Lara just ordered another salad.
I did. I got a second of the chicken chops. If you're ever here, I highly recommend it. No tomatoes.
Super popular.
It's so delicious.
Can't go wrong with it.
So you two have actually started, like, technically from the ground up to get into these roles.
Yeah.
You were a server, and were you a host, Summer?
So actually kind of vice versa.
Yeah.
I was a server just at a different location in our Phoenix location, and Brea was a server, or a host actually specifically at this venue.
Yeah. This was actually my first restaurant job ever. So back when I was 19, started up at the host desk and kind of worked up from there.
Did you both want to work in hospitality?
Yeah, so honestly, I was just kind of familiar with it with my older sister. She was in events, so I saw that and I was like, I want to be like her. And so she, though, was very specifically to golf venues. And I was out here for school. They're all back in the Midwest in Wisconsin, and started working for Fox and fell in love with it. And then saw that they really promote like internal promotions. So I thought that was really appealing and just kind of made my way through that.
So let's say before we dive in more with just your experience and the venues and all that jazz. So Fox restaurants, how many restaurants does Fox have? Because they have quite a few.
A lot. Yeah, right? A lot. And we're always growing too. Yeah. So I mean, we have at least probably, I would say, like 7 culinary dropouts in like the Phoenix Valley alone. And then we also have locations though, and other concepts called like the Henry, Olive and Ivy, Blanco, all throughout the US actually. So we have locations in North Carolina, Texas, Georgia. Yeah.
Okay,
so you got your bases covered.
I just want to share like the chain, and then it all started here in Arizona, though.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Well, it's very well respected. Yeah, it's a Fox restaurant, right? So,
and then you have venues as well, correct?
So our venues are out of our own restaurants.
Okay.
So like the showcase room that we're hosting in this evening, that's technically a part of Culinary Dropout. So we'll kind of touch base in it like later, except something kind of unique with us is that all of like our food for all of our events has to come from our venue, just because it's all hosted within house.
Right. Of course, and the food is so good. I actually told the team, like, I don't know if there's going to be late night pizza tonight. I think we're going to be happy and satisfied with the food.
Well, since I'm on my second salad, I'd say no.
Have you tried the soft pretzels?
Oh, no.
Those are definitely what we're known for.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Does it come with like the beer cheese?
Fondue.
Whoa.
I
could drink it.
Oh, my gosh.
You never get sick of it.
No.
You think you would, but never.
Do you just snack all day long?
Yeah, it's pretty
probably
bad.
It's like, you probably guys know when somebody's new, they gain like the freshman 20.
Exactly. I know. Like do a little
The
line
culinary
check
dropout
everywhere.
20.
Exactly.
So in the process of, booking here at the Culinary Dropout for a wedding, for, I'm guessing, rehearsal, a gift opening, an event, like what does that process look like here at Culinary?
Yeah, so honestly, since we are a restaurant, it can kind of look like anything. So for example, 30 minutes beforehand, we just had somebody walk in because they were in the area, they wanted to see our different rooms. So we kind of showed them, let them know that it looks a little specific and special today.
Right.
But it can come from just people walking in, people calling us, people getting our emails from, we'll have like our business cards out at our host stand, or just even like word of mouth, because Fox is quite a reputable company throughout the Valley. So just kind of, I would say, those are the most common ways to kind of start the process, at least.
Yeah, kind of going off that too, I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily realize all the different spaces within the restaurant. So kind of like what Summer said, we get a lot of walk-in site visits where people might be here for lunch and they're like, oh, what's that room? Like we have a rehearsal dinner coming up or an engagement party, anything like that. So I feel like we get a lot of people who don't.
So this is actually how our story started. We actually, Brittany and I came here, publisher of Arizona Bride, came here for a client meeting, and we had dinner and then went to the ladies' room, and I'm like, what's in here? And I'm like, this would be a great spot for a party. The food's good. The energy is just so what's the word I'm looking for? Contagious.
Yeah.
It just had good vibes when you walk in that door.
For sure.
Yeah. So that's how we got here, and then we met Summer, and we fell in love more because we met Summer.
So when you guys cater a wedding, does everything come off of your menu? Can you specialize? How does that work for a couple?
Yeah, so we have a specific event packet. We can do anything, whether it's like plated, usually we cater that towards small groups, except anything larger, we usually do like a station format. Can be like a full-blown dinner, could be a lunch, could be a brunch, kind of whatever you're looking for. We also even have like heavier hors d'oeuvre items. We can do those past or placed. So however, our venue specifically is a little bit unique because we do have a separate kitchen designated for events.
Oh, cool.
And so any pretty much Fox restaurant concept that you see throughout the valley that you're like, oh, I love this menu at like Blanco, or I love this feature at the Henry, our team is able to customize to fit those needs. If you're like, oh, I want that on my event, I want that in my wedding, we can feature that for you. So pretty much anything that you have an idea of, our team likes to run with it. Even if it's not from one of our concepts menus, we can pretty much customize it to fit your needs.
We read that you guys like to say yes, and I just I just did the Minnesota thing, you guys. Sorry, I apologize. Okay. I'm like, so your team literally never says no. It's usually yes or yeah, what's the next thing you want to ask? So that's kind of the motto here.
Yeah. So whenever a question's asked, the conversation never ends there. So even if it's not a menu item or something we haven't done before, we're not just going to automatically say no. We're going to do what's in our best ability to accommodate any requests, even if it sounds a little out there at first. Our team likes to get creative, so.
I'm sure when you get these crazy ideas with food that you're like, oh, that sounds fun though. We can see our
that sounds
You
good.
just have them with like Chicago hot dogs and all of that.
well, you are from Illinois.
Right, perfect girl to ask.
Exactly.
Well, that's so fun. So with your events here and the vendors that come into the building, how does that look for like the communications way of things that you guys like to do here as a Fox restaurant and a culinary?
Yeah, so we are pretty familiar with like a handful of vendors throughout the valley, and especially if we have different event managers at each location of our restaurants. So if I know I need somebody who does the fantastic balloon backdrop, I can contact like our North Scottsdale location and see, do you have any like recommendations or vendors you've worked with? So we usually work through a lot of word of mouth referrals, and then we just document a little list that we know that, hey, this person was amazing to work with, like love to work with them again, just so it's an easy thing for us to send over to the guest. And usually we have the guest plan from there. However, if they're in like a time crunch, or if they're like, I really need you to take this off my plate, just let us know, and then we're able to contact our vendors that we work with, and everything is just pretty easy from there, I would say.
Yeah. Is there any recommendations to vendors how to make them more successful on your property?
Honestly, just give me a time of when you're thinking you're coming in, and we'll open the door for you. That's pretty much all I can really say with that. Yeah. I feel like most of the vendors, especially at least in like the Phoenix Valley area, they're super quick in a response. So even when we like to say yes last minute to any event, they're pretty much right there with us. So if they're available, or even I've had people reach out and say like, hey, we're not able to do this drop for you, except this is another person who does the same exact thing in like Valley, like go their way, they'll help you out. So I feel like everybody's just kind of just an inner network and very friendly and wanting to help.
For sure. I feel like communication is definitely key in that. Like, I feel like we're pretty lucky to not have had any really bad experiences. So like Summer said, even if it's a last minute change, as long as that's verbalized to us, we really haven't had.
You can just roll with it.
Just pivot.
Yeah. So let's go to the bones of what's available in this space. So we're in the campus room.
Yes.
So how many people can accommodate in here?
Yeah, so you can do about, I would say, 48 fully seated, 65 reception style. We can do a satellite bar featured, also to utilize our TV and AV system, like microphones, music. It is complimentary. So usually we just like to set up an AV test in advance, get that all squared away. But I would say this room is most popular for like those all-day business meetings that you're looking for. However, I have seen people transform this space into like a very beautiful bridal shower area, baby shower, engagement party.
I mean, it's a very versatile room.
Yeah. Well, and these chairs are pretty new, so they're so comfy.
I know. Comfortable.
I love them.
They're so cool.
We were actually talking about chairs and how important they are to an event earlier, and I was glancing over there thinking, these are actually really good chairs.
These are my favorite.
And then we're in the showcase room. And how many does that accommodate? Because you get the patio, which is a big perk.
Yeah, it's private patio with private games, super important to our brand. We can do a fully seated 200 guests, and then we can also do 300 reception style. So
Wow.
that,
Wow.
large.
I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of groups do like large like open houses in there. So it makes sense for.
And you have a private entry, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So it does make it convenient for when we do have those like brides that want to do their ceremony on site, because we have done ceremonies in the showcase room. I've even done one on the patio. So
I was going to say the patio would be really pretty for it.
It was really cute.
Yeah, well, I feel like your niche couple would want the food here, right? They love the energy, the ambiance, but also the food is such a perk.
Yeah.
Such a perk. And I'm sure the cocktails are perfect too.
Do you do catering at venues outside of?
I was just thinking that too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you do catering outside of your properties?
Yeah, we've done offsite catering before. So I would say usually we do them mainly for like drop-offs to like local businesses.
Right.
And nearby, we're very heavy into catering with like the sports teams, so like professional sports teams, because we pretty much have a Culinary Dropout location in every major city, or at least one nearby, or some type of concept nearby it. So that's usually where we have focused mostly on, but I don't think anything too much in like the social events realm.
Right. But you would be open to it.
Yeah.
Because yes, right?
Exactly.
Whatever I can do for you.
I put you on the spot.
What are the common questions you would recommend to couples when they're touring venues that you feel like pop up and they're like surprised that they weren't unaware about when they're booking a venue?
Yeah. I mean, do you want to start up on this one? Or?
I feel like the big thing is trying to figure out what's most important to them. I feel like our spaces are a little bit different than like a standard venue. So if a group is wanting a dance floor, or if they're just reception versus reception and ceremony, just kind of seeing what space can best fit them.
Right.
We have a few different options. We even have like a semi-outdoor option private space in the way back called our coupe. So sometimes people are coming just for more of like the reception party. They had their ceremony somewhere off-site. They want something more casual.
Right.
That's a great fit. However, we don't really have room for a dance floor in there. But if they're looking for something more of like a traditional reception, I think the showcase room is always a great fit with that private bar as well.
Do you ever get a full buyout?
Yeah, like a full property buy. Yeah. We've done that before, which that capacity is like 1,000. Honestly, 1,200, I think. So it is quite a large venue. But no, we've done that for like anniversary parties, like company anniversary parties. Super fun. We actually have one coming up. However, we do have the rooms vacant. We just have our main and patio and the coupe area reserved, except it's for one of their again, like company celebrations, and they're doing like an ice cream bar and everything.
Fun.
Yeah.
Very fun. Well, I was just like sitting here, I was like, well, you could do like a cocktail party in here, go have your dinner reception, come back and have a dance party in here. Yeah, like.
Oh, I've had people build dance floors in this room specifically just to have it be a dance floor.
Kind of a little after party spot, right?
I know. Or if people have even like wanted to do it more of like a speakeasy in here, and it's super fun.
We've seen like groups do like a more intimate rehearsal dinner and then transition to a welcome party like out on our patio and our lounges by the
talking about
games.
that.
So, something a little bit more formal and then going outside for more casual.
This is a perfect spot, I feel, for rehearsal and a welcome party.
It is.
We are very, very rehearsal dinner heavy. That's probably our most popular wedding aspect that we have going on.
Yeah, and do you love that?
Oh yeah, it's super fun because I don't know if it's just like kind of a common thing that we see here specifically, except we host a lot of guests that are like, I thought everything through with the wedding, but didn't even think of rehearsal.
Right.
Yeah. And so we usually get those a little bit more like last minute, except again, like they're kind of like, oh, I'm so in shock that you even have like the space, or that you have stuff available. And then also kind of goes into hand in hand of, we are off of something called a food and beverage minimum, whereas some venues you'll have to like reserve the silverware, the food, even the staff that comes with it. And we're pretty much like a one-stop shop here. So you get your furniture, you get your linens, you get your plateware, as long as you're okay with how it, with the style that we have.
Right.
Then
Do you have choices with the linen, or is it?
So we don't currently, except we do have a close relationship with some of our linen vendors. They're pretty much on call with us if we need it. So
Yeah, that's
Great. Great for the last minute.
Exactly.
Right.
But yeah, I can totally see the rehearsal and the welcome party being like a perfect place for this. Just from intimate to even grander, and the food is just so good.
Yeah. It's more fun. Yeah, it's a little bit more unique, especially something that you wouldn't get on like your actual wedding day probably.
Right.
So that's why the rehearsal dinner really goes hand in hand.
I feel like all our different spaces too are very unique in their own ways, so that kind of helps with, you know, last minute bookings if they're worried about decorations and all of that. Like
Right.
a lot of the stuff is already within the room. You know, we have plants, we have votives on the table, it's just different things. So they don't really have to bring in too much, and it looks beautiful just as is.
Makes it easy.
What do you? What is like the signature of like a Fox restaurant or just Culinary Dropout? Like you have to have this, or or like people you're just known for it. What's that like niche?
Well, I would say our pretzels and fondue for sure. Absolutely, like
favorite.
You need every single time we have somebody like selecting a menu. I'm like, you need to have that as your
That's a
appetizer.
must.
Yeah, super good. I will say we actually have a newer item on our menu called our spicy rigatoni, and it has chicken sausage in it. It's so popular and it's so good. I have it for lunch almost like every day. It's really
So
bad, but that one's super popular. And then dessert wise, we have something called monkey bread, which it's like the cinnamon apple brioche, kind of like sticky buns almost, and then served with ice cream. So
That
good.
sounds perfect. That sounds so delicious. What's one thing that you two love seeing on with events that like you enjoy it? That like, oh, thank you that they booked this. Like it just adds to the ambiance of the event.
I love when groups do like signature cocktails. So we see a lot for like rehearsal dinners, parties like that, doing like a his and hers, and then maybe like a theirs, and getting creative. Like a lot of times groups will like take a drink off our menu, but then customize the name to like something that fits them. So we'll make like custom signs for them, just make it a little bit more personable. But I love when they get creative with the drinks.
We even have some like chalkboard sign features in our showcase room as well as in our coupe area that if you do request, like we're able to kind of customize it, and for like a rehearsal dinner like his and hers, or example like you said with the cocktails too, we can put them up there too. So it's kind of fun to customize in like that sense, and then they come in and they're like, oh my goodness, like this is so special. Like that's my name.
One last question, because I feel like this is common with a wedding like selection for your menu, but I think for a rehearsal, what do you see as like the trend right now for a rehearsal dinner? Is it shareable, like passing,
Like family style activations.
or planning, taking orders? Would you like chicken or steak tonight, or is it buffet or displayed? What do you see as trending right now?
Yeah, I mean, you can correct me if you think differently, except I would say definitely more of like those like snacky light bite options. I feel like a lot of people have incorporated like their welcome party and rehearsal dinner combined.
Right.
So you get a lot of people traveling from out of town, like coming in, and they don't necessarily are looking for like that big heady dinner, but they just want to stop by before they check into like their hotel or something. So I would say, especially since in Tempe we have a lot of like local hotels, I feel like that's most common, at least what we find at our venue, is just more of like those lighter, casual, come grab a bite to eat, grab a drink, and then head home.
For sure. Yeah, I agree. I feel like, especially with some of our spaces, them being like a little bit less formal than like a large seated dinner, I feel like a lot of the groups like something a little more casual, especially if they have the wedding the next day. That's super formal. So past appetizers and past drinks, keeping that flow.
Well, I'm going to tell you, I love this. I love it here. I love you two, the vibes, the energy. When you walk in, you guys are just doing a great job.
It's perfect.
It is. Especially with our disco theme tonight.
Oh, I know. I'm excited.
Can't wait to get in my outfit.
Well, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right, everybody, that is a wrap. We'll see you next time.